Okay, someone remind me what an expression is. Cameron.
An equation without the actual answer, or rather, you don't actually find the answer.
Okay, so an expression doesn't have an equal sign, right? Because that's what makes an equation. An equation is having an equal sign. So expressions are what are on the left and the right side of the equal sign, basically. Okay. So we learned about some of these last week when we have our symbols to show is less than or is greater than. Does anyone remember the symbol for it is less than? If we wanted to say like 3 is less than 10. Jersey? Okay, which way does it go? Okay, so it looks like this, right? So then if we put 3 on the left side, it would be 3 is less than 10. Remember, it always opens up to the bigger number. Sorry, yes. Well, I wanted to make sure you knew. Lindy?
Easier way to remember that.
Go for it.
The thing looks like a weird angled L.
Okay, that's true. So it's like just slanted, so it's like is less than, because it has the L for less. That's a way to think of it. Okay. So then is greater than would be the opposite way. Okay, and it gives you some key phrases. That is a little blurry. There we go. So it gives you some key phrases. So is less than, is fewer than, both mean that one. Is greater than or is more than is that one. Okay, what do I put? Does anyone know the symbol for is less than or equal to? Is that most or is no more than? Dalton?
Equal to, I know that.
Well, that one's not on here.
Wait,
Well, is less than or equal to. So that's the one whole saying.
would that be, forgot, would it be just like a superiority line, kind of?
Kind of. So we still have our is less than sign, and then we put a line underneath it. So the line underneath represents that it could equal it. Because if we had on here, let me get a pencil. If we had 3 is less than 3 right here, does that make sense? No. So that's why, so that doesn't work. But what if we have over here, this would mean 3 is less than or equal to 3. Does that one make sense? Yes. So you use that when the number can equal that number. Yes, Dalton.
So, if it was like 3 to, or, 6 to 3, that would be that sign?
You can use either of them. It depends on the situation.
So, if it's 3 to 3, then why don't you just use the equal sign, because,
So this is saying like the temperature is gonna be less than or equal to 80 degrees today. So then it can get up to 80, so that's when we would use it. But it can be anywhere less too. Okay, we'll go over some examples of when we would use each of these.
An equal sign only has one answer.
Mm-hmm.
Inequalities have more than one answer.
Okay. So this one is greater than or equal to, is at least, or is no less than. So if you see any of those phrases, you'll use this one. So it's greater than, and it has the line underneath. So we're going to write the word sentence as an equality. So we've done that before with equations or expressions, and now we're going to do it with inequalities. So a number C is less than 4. So I have C, and it says is less than. So I go up, you look at my key phrases, it's is less than, so I need to use this one. I need to use this symbol. C is less than 4. Can someone give me an example or a number that C can be then? Jersey? 2. Okay, because 2 is less than 4. Dalton? 3. Dalton? Dallas? 2.5. Can this be 4?
no.
No. Right, because it would have to say is less than or equal to. So it could be -2? Yes, because -2 is less than 4. So then we have a number k plus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. How would I write that? Jonah?
K plus 5, the sound right?
This one?
Yeah.
K is greater than or equal to 8. Does everyone agree with that? K plus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. Dalton? K. So if K is 3, that would be 3 plus 5, so that would have 8 is greater than or equal to 8, which does make sense, right? What if we put 5 in place of K? Would that work? Why not? Cameron, why wouldn't that work?
Because 5 plus 3 equals 8, but 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Okay, so we would have 5 plus 5, which is 10. So our sentence would be 10 is greater than or equal to 8. Does that make sense? That does make sense, so it would work. We can put any number in there as long as they add up to 8 or more, because if this is the greater than sign. So it can be 8 or any number bigger than 8 is what it can equal. So we could put 3 in there. We couldn't put 2 because that would be 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7 is not greater than or equal to 8. What about C? What's our inequality? Dayton? So what about the Q? What do we do to the Q? Not quite. Mason? Okay, so I like the 4 times Q. So we'd have 4Q. And then it says is at most 16. So what symbol do I use for that? Cameron?
Greater than or equal to.
Not the greater than or equal to. So when we go up to our key phrases, it says is at most, which means it's less than or equal to. Okay, because that means the highest we can go is 16. So it's going to be 16 or less. So we'd have 4Q is less than or equal to 16. Okay, try D on your own. Okay, so you should have W minus 3 is less than or equal to. So when I look up is less than or equal to 10. Someone give me a number that can replace W. Dalton?
It would be 10.
Okay, so that if we had 10 right here, that'd be 10 minus 3, so 7 is less than or equal to 10. Give me a thumbs up if that works. Give me a thumbs down if you say no. Okay, Cameron, why do you say no?
Because it says less than, so it would have to be lower than 7.
So our sentence right now is 7 is less than or equal to 10. Is that correct? Is 7 less than 10? Yes. Okay, so that does work. give me a number that would not work for W. Mason. We just... Okay, so if we had 13 minus 3, that would be 10. So we'd have 10 is less than or equal to 10. Does that work? Give me a thumbs up if it's a yes. Yes, that does work. Okay, Lincoln says 11. So if we had 11 minus 3, that would give us 8. 8 is less than or equal to 10. Does that work? Yes. Okay, I want a number that does not work. Nicholas. 14. If we have 14 minus 3, that would give us 11 is less than or equal to 10. Does that work? No, that does not work. Okay. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay. A solution of an inequality is a value that makes the inequality true. An inequality can have more than one solution. And the solution set is a set of all solutions of an inequality. So we're finding all of the possible solutions, because there's not just one, there's multiple. So it says, tell whether the given value is a solution of the inequality. So if we have x plus 1 is greater than 7, if x equals 8, it wants to know if that is true. So if we plug that in, we would have 8 plus 1 is greater than 7. Leighton, write this down. 8 plus 1 is 9. It's greater than 7. Give me a thumbs up if that is true. If 9 is greater than 7. Give me a thumbs up if that's true. Thumbs down if you think it is incorrect. Okay. That is true. So I'm going to do a check mark because that one is correct. What about B? It says Z divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 5. And if Z equals 15. So if we plug that in, we would have 15 divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 5. What's 15 divided by 3? 5. So we would have 5 is greater than or equal to 5. Is that true? Yeah. Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay, what about C? 7y is less than 27 if y equals 4. So we plug that in. So we'd have 7 times 4. It's saying is less than 27. What is 7 times 4? 28. Okay. Is that statement true? Give me a thumbs up if you think yes, thumbs down if you say no. Okay, that is incorrect. 28 is not less than 27, so I put an X. Go ahead and try D on your own. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you say it's correct. Thumbs down if you say it is not correct. It is correct because we'd have 18 divided by 3 is less than or equal to 10. 18 divided by 3 is 6. It's less than or equal to 10, which is true. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. Flip over your paper.